What's up, everyone? My name is Tyrone Brown, licensed real estate broker with over 20 years of experience in multiple marketplaces. Well, in today's video, I want to talk about a rent-to-own process from a buyer standpoint as well as a seller standpoint. So stay tuned in the video. I would love to share how those strategies can benefit you as a consumer that's looking at rent-to-own or purchase lease properties. Thank you. Okay, so I want to start with what is a rent-to-own or a lease option, purchase option. There's so many ways that we can call it what it is, but it's still a rent-to-own property. And I want to talk about it for the consumers that are looking to locate to the Sumter, South Carolina market, the Florence market, or the Columbia market. Those are the markets that we serve. So what is a rent-to-own? Well, I want to start at from a seller standpoint first, because it's kind of interesting. I spoke to There's a lot of real estate agents that don't even know how to market a property with creative financing on a seller standpoint. So let me give you an example. Let's say, like I'll give you an example, like around my Fort Jackson or my Shore Air Force Base. A lot of veterans have bought homes that they don't have equity in the property itself. So they're at a standstill. There's no way to sell it because they either have to bring money to the table to pay off their loan, or they're negative in their home. So having a rent-to-own strategy, if you were going to sell that client house, is a benefit for that client to help that veteran be able to relocate, because what you can do is you can build an equity in the property over a period of time, where now that veteran is able to sell that property to that renter who wants to rent the property with an option to purchase that property maybe 5 years out. Now you have equity in the property where they can make that transaction work. So that's a benefit to the seller that has no equity or they're going negative in the home. And keep this in mind. It's also a benefit to that person that's purchasing that house, because that person is not just looking at the house as I'm gonna rent the house. That person is looking at that house as I'm going to be owning that property as an owner. So it's a benefit to them now. The mindset shift from a rental mindset to I'm going to be owning this house in 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 years. So that's a benefit. But there are a lot of realtors that are located in the South Carolina market do not know how to structure a deal or even put a deal together like that. That's from a seller standpoint. Now let's look at it from a buyer standpoint. There's a lot of different scenarios, but let's say the buyer could have went through a divorce. The buyer could have some credit issues because they filed a bankruptcy. And so it's going to take, but the buyer has a great job and they're trying to reestablish themselves. Would that be a benefit to a buyer to go looking into a rent with an option to purchase home? Absolutely. Because now it allows that buyer, if let's say they do have some credit challenges or some issues that may take them a year or two to be able to reestablish themselves, they're able to work on their credit and be committed to the process, even with working with my team and I, to helping them get their credit to where it needs to be. And now they can flat out purchase this property from the seller. So that can be a benefit. Now, if you got perfect credit right out of the bat, I'd probably say I wouldn't recommend this process. But if you got some challenges, your credit score is not where you want it to be, I think this would be a great program if you're willing to be committed to the process to do what it takes to be able to own that home. And there are a lot of different more variables that go into the rent with an option to buy program, but I just wanted to kind of share those two scenarios with you, because there are a lot of agents that do not understand it. There are a lot of consumers that do not understand it. But if you're looking at options, you got some credit challenge issues. If you know that you're a seller that you don't have much equity in your property, but you want to be able to sell it into a strategy that's going to help you sell and move on, definitely, give us a call. Text us, give us a call, and make sure you subscribe. Click the subscribe button below, because these videos, hopefully you find these to be very helpful. And thanks again for watching us, and find us on the next video. Thanks again.